Good morning, everybody. Susan here on Butler Family Farm. Thanks for stopping by and visiting with us today. I'm doing my garden club tour that is a collaboration with Gail's Southern Living. She has a playlist going, but I'm starting off my July video with my Dr. Wychett's tomato plant. Interesting, the results so far of this particular tomato plant, because I'll show you. I've got two out in the garden, but this one I put out in the front. It gets the east sun, and as you can see, it's still growing. But what I find interesting on it is that this particular bucket does not have holes in it. So when I water this plant every day, in the morning usually, with the trees, I make sure that the water level on top is about half an inch to an inch. And this plant is doing great. So I'm wondering what I did wrong on the others, and we'll go out there and look at those now. I also did something that Gail does. If it doesn't grow, stick another seed. Well, I didn't stick another seed in the same place that I had zucchinis in, the Black Beauty zucchinis. I put it in this tree pot out here. The tree's not doing very well. It got hit by that frost, and we talk about that on another video. But I do have two Black Beauty zucchini plants out here in the front. So if it doesn't grow, pop another seed in. So here's an overview of the garden. You can see my pretty pool noodles. Give it a little bit of color. And we'll go look at each one. This particular pot has one of two. The second one didn't do very well. Basil plants that got started in the hydroponics, and I stuck them in a jar of water. They got a really, really good root system. Unfortunately, I just, stuck them in the dirt, and it happened to be one of the hottest days that we had that particular week. So I've babied it along, and one plant is taking off, so I'm real happy about that. I don't have anything in this wicking tub except for the chickens have visited it. That's why I've got this dirt scattered all over. And my passion plant that usually grows along the fence that's not up on this part of the garden is blooming out here, and I'm just letting it kind of go wild on me. So this particular tote, we planted in each corner 4 giant tomato plant seeds that were sent to us by Homestead Hills, Heavenly Homesteads Homestead, Ryan Cook. I'm not sure, I showed in another video that of little starts, what I thought was starts, and we're still not sure if these are tomato starts or not. We're just kind of letting them go, but they're in 2 of the 4 corners that Jerry planted them in. My sweet potato planter is going pretty good. I don't think I lost any plants in there. And I'm going to skip the next one because I need to go over here for the comparison. Lettuce still going great in my little top 55-gallon drum top. This is the first planting of corn, candy corn, sweet corn, that we did, and it gets more shade in the morning than the other one that we did. This particular bed had sweet peas and cabbage on the other side. No, squash. I was trying to grow winter squash. But as you can see, I still have the squash bugs running around out here, which by taking the plants out, I thought I would get rid of them. And I think I probably did on the most part. But anyway, the only thing in this bed, sorry, squirreled off. The only thing in this bed right now is I'm still trying to get cabbage to grow. Not so much for me. We don't really eat cabbage. A little bit of coleslaw every once in a while. But I'm growing it for the chickens. So this is our second bed of corn, and it actually, as you can see, it's in a lighter, light is better over here, which means the sun, it's almost, let me see what time it is. It's 10:30 right now. So by 11, this will have full sun. The one in the back, the taller ones that were planted first, they won't get sun till later. These are my red kidney beans from the Survivor seed garden. I planted a couple row of seeds out here, and so I'm letting them dry on the vine. And then these are also the Mariano. These are also, that's not right. I'll just say, these are the 2 tomato plants from the Survivor seed garden collaboration that are doing semi-okay out here. I do have some, I will do a video on the Survival seed garden along it, as well as the container garden collaboration that Gil's got running. I still have some watermelon radishes growing, as you can see. I don't think this will make the contest cut, but that's okay. I had fun growing them. And then I started the French breakfast radishes out here, and they're starting to come along. I did thin them out a little bit, maybe not as much as I should have, but we are starting to get some color down there, so we'll see how that goes. And then Jerry's asparagus is still doing really good, and we actually have a couple shoots coming up outside of the little frondy tops. The nectarine tree survived the June bugs, no, Japanese beetles, but the cherry tree did not. Did a short on it saying we're going to wait and see what happens next spring. I may just put in an order for another one just to be on the safe side, but yeah, the June bugs did a number on this one, and I think it's because the June bug catcher wasn't high enough up. No spinach in here, so I'm thinking the seeds, I've tried it twice, the seeds aren't that great. I've got winter squash in this wicking tub. This poor little zucchini plant is trying to survive. The pipes need to be filled up because the water level is right to here. There's a hole there, and when it's full, then I know to stop filling it up, so the water comes up from the bottom. This one had my cucumbers, but I pulled that, so I might put something winter or fall garden-y in there. And then we do the tomatoes first. This is one of the Dr. Washi yellow tomato plants, and the one out front is doing great. This one, I'm going to have to change how I do the buckets, I think, because last year it did okay. This year it doesn't seem to be, because the tomatoes really don't, I mean, I got tomatoes growing, I'm not complaining, but I don't think the water's sticking. I don't think it's getting enough, and I'm trying to do twice a day, but some days I just don't get out here. So these are Rutgers, and then I've got some Romans over here. This is my cherry tomato plant, still going strong. This tomato plant, as well as the Dr. Washi over there. Sorry, you can see right here. Got hit by a tomato worm. Jerry found it, got rid of it. I don't know if we have another one or not. But anyway, this plant is pathetic, but it has a few tomatoes on it. And see this, Dr. Washi, this tomato, you know, I don't know. But the whole plant looks pathetic. So I need to do a bit more research, I guess, on doing the buckets, because with the tomatoes, it just didn't work as well as I thought it would. Now Jerry's gourds, This is his gourd plant right here. It's hoss seeds, and it's actually getting up to the top of the cattle panel, as well as Ryan's Heavenly Homestead. His loofah seeds are doing quite well, and these are Ginger Nut for Nothing Homestead. These are her loofah seeds she shared with us, and this plant is just doing great. And we've tried twice on Georgia gourd seeds, but nothing's taken off, so we're just going to let that lay fallow and do some research and do better next year. Look at the size of this hoss gourd leaf. That's amazing. So overall, the garden's still producing. Oh, I need to go show you my herb garden, and then move on with the day. I need to water out here today. We're expecting rain tonight, but that doesn't mean they don't need to get water, because these tops of the IBC totes have holes in the bottom for drainage, and the bottoms of the IBC totes have drainage there we go, drainage valves that we have open. So the water stays as long as it's needed, but then it runs out. So overall, I'm happy with the garden this year. So the herb garden is out here on the back porch. I haven't picked off anything, and I had to separate it out off the stand right here because the rain we got this one particular time just was ballistic and was just pounding these guys. But everything's still going. This is my lavender over here, and this is basil. Where's this basil? Let me pick a leaf. This is basil. This is lemon basil, I think. Still growing my thyme right here. This is my sage from Ralph Webb's Web. So, and then I've got the basil from the hydroponic start out there. So I got lots of basil. And the reason I'm excited about the one out in the garden in the wicking tub is that I saw a video on the farmer's table where Jess made iced tea and flavored it with basil. So we want to try that. Robert and I want to try it. This is not part of, this is still a garden tour, but these are all my epitheliums. I'm doing pretty good with my Thanksgiving cactus. I need to do some more research. These guys came from San Diego, so I'm not sure how much longer they're going to last. I don't see any new starts coming, so they may have bit the dust on me. I'm not sure. They're epitheliums. This one is doing really good. And of course, this amaryllis here, you can't see anymore, had a flower, and I cut it off and took it in the house. And it actually has a new start right here. And the amaryllis that I was regifted is doing well, and that one's in the house. So, all in all, happy with my July. I haven't, it hasn't been too disastrous. Thanks for watching, visiting here on Butler Family Farm. And until next time, have a great day.